Hello, everyone. I'm currently in the United Kingdom right now. I saw Thor Ragnarok yesterday. Um, well, I hope you can hear me because I'm in a house where the walls are very thin and I just don't like to disturb people. So this was a marvel of a movie. I mean, the name of the studio is called Marvel, and they really live up to their name. What an incredible display of spectacle. It's quite, these people just keep outdoing themselves. The first thing I noticed when the movie started properly was the costuming. My God, the costuming, they were so plush, they were so rich, they were so fabulous, and they fit every character. Even the real life costumes, like the suits that Loki wore at some point. Man, what a fantastic movie! Now, overall, this movie has tied with Spider-Man: Homecoming as my favorite movie of 2017. I'll make and it's interesting that both movies were made by Marvel. Marvel got the Spider-Man property, or maybe borrowed or struck a business deal with Sony to make Spider-Man, and they made it absolutely exceptional. I mean, Marvel is such a magical film house. It's insane. So Thor the filmmakers, Taika Waititi is from New Zealand, and his fellow colleagues decided to tear down the Thor structure and rebuild it and make it a comedy and an action adventure movie. The comedy. I wish. See, the problem with seeing a movie in the UK is that the audience don't emote, they don't laugh, they don't uh, they don't uh, they don't participate, which I kind of like. I kind of would have preferred if they did participate because this was such a funny movie, but nobody was laughing. It was almost like they were laughing on the inside or they were stifling themselves to laugh. Um, which because of that, when I get back to Nigeria, I'm going to see it with an audience, and I know it to be about a week after the movie opens in Lagos at the IMAX. But hopefully I'll have some people there because I want to watch it. I want to experience it with a participating audience because of how fun it was. Um, Tessa Thompson is in this movie, and I wasn't looking forward to seeing her, but I saw a movie review that they said the standouts were um, Chris Hemsworth and Tessa Thompson, and I looked at and I watched Tessa Thompson, and I'm like, my God! Now I didn't like Tessa Thompson because she was in Westworld, and her character was very annoying. This kind of executive, like company presidential kind of person, and I didn't like her at all. So it was me projecting a character onto the actress. But when she start like from her opening scene in this movie, my God, fantastic! She plays this kind of mannish, like female person that grabs a would-be fighter to fight in the tournament or in the gladiator style tournament just to make money. They live in this trash planet, but I'm not going to give any spoilers besides what was in the trailers. But she came out bumbling, and because she was drunk, she fell off the ship, and I was like, wow, the way she walks was very different from her character in Westworld and Creed, and I really liked her. And even though she's American, she does this British accent that wasn't too British, but was just she dropped her R's and just the right amount of the British affectation, and she really nailed it, which is very difficult for Americans to do. And she's African American, which is pretty fantastic. So, but the visual effects, my God, my God. In fact, the visual effects are so good. They do. they don't just use the Hulk in action scenes. They use the Hulk in like just sitting down and talking scenes, and the visual effects are so you feel like you can touch like Hulk's skin. You feel like Hulk is as heavy as he looks. He looks just as heavy. You can feel the weight of Mark Ruffalo as the Hulk, and Mark Ruffalo also turned a comedic performance. It was very funny. You know, him in Avengers was kind of the straight man. In this one, he really turned up the comedy, and I like the way Taika Waititi said something like they use they used they did a lot of improv. Like, of course, the scenes were well written, but they would do many takes and they would ask the actors to just be natural and see what comes to mind. And I like the fact that it's such a big budget blockbuster, yet they were talking as if it was just like a play in some scenes, not in every scene. In some scenes, especially with Thor and Mark Ruffalo, they would just improvise and talk like they were just doing a comedy, just a straight low budget comedy, which was magnificent. I mean, the backgrounds, the production, you could feel that they put a lot of money into this, but not just money, they put a lot of thought and care. And before the movie started, the first of all, I like the fact that a voice came up from the movie theater, a recorded voice saying that we go to the movies to lose ourselves in a magical world. So don't use your phones and don't hold your phones around so that the lights wouldn't disturb other people. And it was funny because I was sitting in the middle row, and the voice said, "Yeah, I'm talking to you. You in the middle row." And I said, "Woo!" And then some people looked at me, and it was pretty funny. They said, "You in the middle row?" "Yeah, I'm talking to you." And I was like the only person in the middle. It was like 10 people in the theater, which is like, what are you guys doing? Um, so and it was true because I lost myself in a magical world. I don't normally record, I do movie reviews, uh, because movies just don't, um, uh, they just don't wow me as often as they used to. Uh, but uh, but now this was a particularly impressive movie. Loki was there. I don't know if you've seen a particular trailer, maybe the first one. You would see a brief glimpse of Doctor Strange. He's in there too, just like 5-10 minutes. And wow, the costume of Doctor Strange, so beautiful. The way they cast these Marvel movies, I'm like, you guys just get it. You just get it. I heard that before the first Thor movie, they both Tom Hiddleston and Chris Hemsworth were were up for the role of Thor, up for the role of Thor. Thank God they gave it to Chris Hemsworth because I couldn't imagine Loki being the big Thor guy. No, Chris Hemsworth is Thor. He looks like the king of Asgard. And there's another cameo which I'm not going to spoil, and I'm glad I didn't know. There's another cameo just by one of the top actors in Hollywood, just like in a throwaway role. It's pretty funny, but it wasn't that funny. But it was pretty surprising to see him there, him or her. Anyway, Thor Ragnarok. It's on Rotten Tomatoes is about 98% and well worth it. What like I spent double the amount of money I usually spend at the IMAX in Lagos here. Spent about £13, which is about 6,000 naira. I usually spend about 3,000 naira for a ticket at the IMAX. But it was well. I felt like the movie delivered even more than the amount of money I spent. What a magnificent thing that Marvel is doing. They just know how to protect their characters and make and deliver amazing spectacle for the audience. I mean, they really get it, and it's such it just helps you lose yourself into uh, this action adventure world, and you just enjoy it. I was smiling. I was watching the movie and I just saw myself smiling. They just scene after scene after scene, whether it's comedy, whether it's visual effects. Oh, speaking of visual effects, Like I did. I stayed for the end credits, and of course you have two post credits. One after the main, post credits like animation, beautiful, like maybe 2 minutes after the movie's over, and then after the whole credits over. Now stay after the whole credits over and just watch all the visual effects companies. Of course, the main one is ILM, Industrial Light and Magic. They did the bulk of the work, but then every other visual effects company I've seen, Rising Sun Pictures, the Third Floor, Frame Store, MPC wasn't there. They're as huge as ILM, that's a motion picture company, and also Weta wasn't there, which was surprising because the director is New Zealand, is from New Zealand, and there are a lot of New Zealand or Australian actors. Um, oh my God, I forgot Kate Blanchett. First of all, how does Kate Blanchett look 10 or 20 years younger? And she looks so sexy. She looks so beautiful. Like she wears a skin tight outfit. You can see it in the trailer, and she's fantastic. And she really got the character. She's she looks as long as strong as her character is supposed to be, which is the goddess of death. And she just keeps her character just creates knives and swords from her being, and just throws them. And all of those one scene I was in trailer where she kind of spins and knives and swords are just coming out of her body as she spins. It wasn't there, which that was a surprising one because that really looked like a nice like they shot it from the top and it looked like a nice action beat there, but it wasn't from the trailers, but it wasn't in the movie, so I was disappointed about that. But wow, what a I wish I had someone to just talk and just geek out on this movie because. So anyway, it's out already in the UK. I'm sure it's out in the US on November 3rd, and it's out in Nigeria. I think also next weekend or this coming weekend, whatever. Anyway, Thor Ragnarok, 2 thumbs up, 5 out of 5 stars. 98. I concur with the 98 or 99 or 90 something percent on Rotten Tomatoes. Fantastic. Go see it.